We are covering Texas homestead tax exemptions, a critical and frequently tested topic on the Texas real estate exam. The cornerstone of this concept is the mandatory school district homestead exemption. Every Texas homeowner who lives in their property as their principal residence is entitled to a significant reduction in their home's value for school tax purposes. For your exam, you must know that school districts are required to provide this exemption. Other taxing units, like cities and counties, may offer optional exemptions, but the school district one is mandatory. The exam will test your knowledge of additional exemptions available to specific groups. Homeowners who are age 65 or older, or those who are disabled, qualify for an extra exemption on top of the general homestead exemption, specifically for school district taxes. An important exam trap is that an individual who is both over 65 and disabled cannot claim both exemptions from the same taxing unit. They must choose one. Let's walk through a typical calculation question. A 70-year-old homeowner has a property with an appraised value of $450,000. The school district must provide the general homestead exemption and the additional exemption for being over 65. To find the taxable value for school taxes, you would subtract both exemption amounts from the appraised value. This final number is what the school district's tax rate would be applied to. A major point of confusion and a favorite for trick questions is the tax ceiling for homeowners over 65 or disabled. This provision freezes the dollar amount of their school district taxes. It does not freeze the property's value or the tax rate, which can still change. The amount of school taxes they paid in the year they qualified becomes their ceiling. Their school taxes can go below the ceiling, but never above it, unless they make significant improvements to the property. Surviving spouse provisions are also heavily tested. If a homeowner who is over 65 and receiving the exemption and the tax ceiling passes away, their surviving spouse may be able to continue receiving those benefits. The key exam detail is that the surviving spouse must be at least 55 years old at the time of their spouse's death and must continue to own and live in the home. If they meet this age requirement, they inherit both the over 65 exemption and, crucially, the tax ceiling. To remember the process for tax calculations, use the simple phrase, value minus exemptions equals taxable amount. This mental shortcut ensures you always subtract all applicable exemptions from the appraised value before doing any tax rate multiplication. Applications for these exemptions are filed with the county appraisal district, and typically, you only have to apply once. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.